Well, it only feels like we were here just a few moments ago, but it is just over 14 hours since last night's crazy Comedy of Errors game ended here at Next Gen Patch at Cairnsfield, and here they are back out on the diamond again this afternoon. Happy Canada Day. Welcome to today's game, the Western Canadian Baseball League in action at Next Gen Patch at Cairnsfield as the Saskatoon Berries play host to the Brooks Bombers, the second and final game of a two-game series, the only two games that these two teams from opposite divisions of the WCBL will play against one another. The Berries winning 13-12 in 10 innings last night. There was a crazy game. There were 8 errors. There were almost 400 pitches thrown in the game. Hence, it took 3 hours and 48 minutes to play, and we got stopped. We finished up just before 11 o'clock. And here we are, 1 o'clock on Wednesday, Canada Day, getting set. Jackson Fox is on the mound. He will start it off for the Berries. And for the Brooks Bombers, Jose Vargas, the right fielder, will lead it off. Our home plate umpire today is Matt Shuley. At first base, Justin Anderson. The third base umpire is the crew chief, Phil McGee. Vargas, a left-handed hitter, will step in and face Fox, a right-handed pitcher. And our first pitch is down low. Comes in at 1:01 on Wednesday afternoon, ball one. Fox is from Saskatoon. His 1-0 pitch. Hit high in the air. Shallow right field. Coming in and making the catch out there is the right fielder Nash Nichols. Nichols is the right fielder today for the Berries. In center is Nathan Houston. Nate Stinson is in left field. Around the infield, Nick Cote is at third base. The shortstop is Brock Laird. Second baseman Kyle Salinas. And the first baseman is Josh Henson. Aiden Marion is the catcher and Jackson Fox the pitcher. So it's an all Saskatoon battery as the first pitch is a strike. Bounce a ball down low, and Asahi Nakano stepped out of the batter's box. I think he wanted to call time and look back, and the pitch was allowed, but it was a ball. Now he hammers a ball into straightaway center field. Houston drifting back. He'll make the catch short of the warning track. Well hit by Nakano, but to the biggest part of the ballpark, straightaway center field, where it's 400 feet in order to clear the fence. So 4 pitches, 2 to each of the first 2 hitters, and we've got 2 fly ball outs. And up comes the designated hitter, Colton Schmackel, who we did not see in the lineup last night for the Brooks Bombers. Schmackel, a 6'3", 220-pound outfielder. He's the DH today, right-handed hitter. Facing Fox, whose first pitch is down and away, ball one. Looked like a breaking ball, possibly a slider. Now time called by home plate umpire Shuley. Jackson Fox, starting pitcher for the Berries today. Another slider down and away, ball 2. 2 outs for Brooks in the top of the first inning. Fox with the 2-0 pitch. That's low. Ball 3, 3-0. Pitch taken for a strike. This is Fox's 6th start of the season. Only has 1 decision, that being a victory. A 5.32 earned run average in 22 innings pitched. 3-1 pitch hit, chopped on the ground towards Brock Laird at short. He'll set in a long throw, and unable to pick it out of the dirt is Josh Henson at first base. So Schmackel is safe on what would be a throwing error by Brock Laird. So 2 away, and a base runner on now for Brooks. It'll bring up the catcher, Amir Pinheiro. Pinheiro not in the lineup last night, along with Schmackel. Hitting .297, 11 for 37, the right-handed hitter. 2 home runs, 4 RBI, and a couple of doubles. First pitch swinging, fly ball right field. Going back, and now stopping short of the warning track and making the catch is Nash Nichols. 3 fly ball outs around an error, and Brooks will not score in the top of the first innings. No runs, no hits, 1 Barry's error, 1 runner left on base. After a half an inning, here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field, it is Brooks nothing, and the Berries coming to bat as you're watching Saskatoon Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Bottom of the first inning here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. The Saskatoon Berries coming to the plate. They'll face last night's first baseman for the Brooks Bombers. He's the starting pitcher today, Owen Fernandez. This will be his 6th start. 2 losses on his log, an 11.21 earned run average, 17 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 27 hits, 25 runs, 22 of them earned. He has struck out 19 and walked 13. Brock Laird will be the first man to face him, Barry's shortstop. Fernandez's first pitch fastball is in for strike 1. Laird 1 for 5 last night with a double and an RBI in the 13-12 10-inning victory for the Berries. That gets away from the catcher, was low and away, ball 1, 1-1. Fernandez is a big boy out there. 6'4", 230-pounder, right-hander. Bounces that one in back to the screen. 2-1 the count. Josh Henson, the first baseman. Giles Salinas, the second baseman, will follow Laird, due up in the bottom of the first inning. Two-one pitch upcoming to Laird. Fouled off over top of the screen and out of play. Count even at 2-2. Brooks Bombers defensively in right field is Jose Vargas today. Danielle Jenkins is the center fielder. Zach Bretza is in left. We'll get to the infield here after this pitch. 2-2, down low. Full count to Brock Laird. At third base is Darius Steyert-Couture. Shortstop is Eric Mora. Matthew Getz is at second base. Asahi Nakano at first. The catcher is Amir Pinheiro, and Owen Fernandez is the pitcher and just threw ball 4. So Brock Laird gets a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first inning. Bring up Josh Henson, who hit a solo home run last night. Part of his 4 for 5 evening. Home run, RBI, scored 3 times. It was his infield single that led to the errant throw by the shortstop Sayert Couture that led to the winning run in the 10th inning. A changeup in for a strike. Henson with a 4 for 5 last night, now hitting .301. 28 for 93. 5 home runs, tied for the team lead with Nash Nichols and Ethan Murdoch. Now Henson gets hit by the pitch and shakes his right hand. He'll be okay, and he'll trot on down to first with the hit batsman. And the Berries have 2 runners on and nobody out. And here comes Giles Salinas, the second baseman from Quintahara, Mexico, or Rogers, Arkansas, depending on what time of his life you're talking about. He's born in Rogers, still lives there from time to time, but most of his growing up time was in Quintahara, Mexico. Takes a called strike. Salinas last night was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Berries threatening here in the bottom of the first inning to take an early lead. Breaking ball outside, according to home plate umpire Matt Shuley. 1-1. Salinas is 37 for 94 on the season. That's a .394 batting average, a home run and 19 runs batted in. 6 doubles and a triple. Line drive, that'll find center field, a base hit. Rounding third, heading for home as the ball is bobbled in center field. The throw in to second base. Salinas will slide in and upend the infielder who was catching the ball. Everybody is safe, and the run scores, and the Berries have opened up the lead. That'll be an RBI for Salinas on the single, and then the error in center field by the center fielder, allowing Josh Henson to advance to third and Salinas to take second base. So 1-0 Berries. Both teams now have committed an error in the early stages of this ball game. First pitch, a ball to Nathan Houston, as catcher Pinheiro trying very hard to frame that for home plate umpire Shuley, and he wasn't biting. 1-0 pitch, down low, 2-0. Houston scored the winning run last night in the bottom of the 10th inning. Fernandez 2-0 delivery is a called strike. Melville product Houston hitting .375. 30 hits, which is 10th in the league for number of hits in the season. 80 at bats. 13 runs batted in. He's got a couple of ducks on the pond here. Breaking ball outside, 3-1. Nobody out. Bottom of the first inning, run in, runners on second and third. The designated hitter Aiden Kilshaw on deck, affiliate player with the Berries. Bounced in, ball 4, bases loaded for Kilshaw. Now, not in the lineup today for the Berries are Ethan Murdoch, Gavin Panks, and Eric Aguirre. Kilshaw brought in, as we're going to get a visit to the mound by one of the assistant coaches for the Brooks Bombers. This is not head coach Justin Gomez. There's nobody warming up down the left field line in the Brooks bullpen. It's just a try and thank you so much. Designed to try and settle Fernandez down. Couple of walks, a hit batsman, and a single has accounted for a run, and now the base is loaded. And left-handed hitting, Aiden Kilshaw coming up. 17 years old from here in Saskatoon. Just came back from the junior national training camp. He'll play for Canada in World Championship play at the junior level. Saw some time last season as an affiliate player with the Berries. This will be his first plate appearance in the WCBL in 2026, and what a chance. Hernandez, first pitch, swung on and fouled back, strike one. One of his buddies, Aiden Marion, is on deck. Another Saskatoonian who's the catcher today. One strike pitch, another foul off as Kilshaw reaching for that one. A pitch that was breaking down, and he fouled it off. So now 0-2 the count on Aiden Kilshaw. Owen Fernandez trying to wriggle out of it. Bouncing in, good take by Kilshaw. 1-2. This is a situation where the 17-year-old may have some experience at the national level, but at only 17, chance to do something here. Don't be over anxious. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. First out of the inning, recorded by Owen Fernandez. So now it'll be Aiden Marion. Mentioned Marion is from Saskatoon. Graduate of St. Joseph High School here. And coming off his freshman year at Hutchinson Community College in Hutchinson, Kansas. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Aiden Marion is 9 for 44 on the season. That's a .205 batting average. Does have a home run with 9 RBI and a couple of doubles. That's strike two. Fernandez trying to rally back after a bit of a tough struggle with the first four hitters. Some wildness. Couple of walks and a hit batsman. Nick Stinson, the left fielder, on deck. And now Fernandez will step off the rubber. Two-strike pitch. Popped up. Down the right field line. Twisting, and it's going to land foul. Nobody could get to it. Right fielder Jose Vargas, second baseman Matthew Getz, first baseman Asahi Nakano, all giving chase. But it fell about 5 feet foul down the right field line, and it would be still 2 strikes the count. Marion 5'10", 190. Says the stats. Fouls this one off. Stays alive. 0-2. I mentioned he attended Hutchinson Community College as a freshman. He will attend Sacramento State in California next college season, starting in the fall, and when the season happens, when we're in the snow here, next early year in 2027. Pitch bounced in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good block by the catcher Pinheiro. Local baseball scene coming through and providing players to the colleges and to this WCBL franchise, which is into its 3rd year. Low and away. Ball 2. 2-2. Fernandez. Can't put away Marion just yet. Henson at third, Salinas at second, Houston at first. And down low again, and a block by the catcher, and a full count now. First baseman Nakano is on the edge of the infield grass. Third baseman Steyert Couture is just behind even with the bag, and the middle infielders at short and second are back at double play depth. 3-2 pitch is inside, and a bases loaded walk and an RBI for Aiden Marion as Josh Henson will trot home, and that'll make it 2-0. Tenth RBI of the season for Aiden Marion. The bases are still loaded with one away, and here's Nate Stinson, who's looking for a rally today after a tough night at the plate for him last night.
Wow.
Kennesaw, Georgia product was 0 for 6. Hits this one up the middle, taken at second, steps on the bag at second, the throw on to first, double play to end the inning. A good play there by the second baseman, Matthew Getz, to field the ground ball up the middle. Just had to take a couple of steps to touch the bag himself to retire Marion, and then on to first to get Stinson for the double play. But the Berries do score twice in the bottom of the first inning. With the benefit of just one hit, there was an error by the Brooks Bombers, and the Berries left 2 men on base. After an inning, Saskatoon 2, Brooks no scorers. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Top of the second inning here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field on Canada Day. Saskatoon Berries score 2 in the bottom of the first inning, lead the Brooks Bombers 2-0. Jackson Fox will face the numbers 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Brooks order. Starting off with Zach Bretza, whose first pitch swinging. 2 hopper, Brocklear charges, throws on over to first in time, and 1 away. Third baseman Derry Steyert Couture coming up now. Steyert Couture came on last night, played shortstop after Eric Bayania injured himself on a play at second base when one of the Berries was trying to steal in the 9th inning. Breaking ball is down low for ball 1 to Steyert Couture. He is from Calgary. Played in 20 games last year with Brooks. Takes a strike, 1-1. Also played in a couple of playoff games with Brooks. They've been in the playoffs the last 2 years, but were swept out of the first round both times in the best of 3. So they have yet to win a playoff game in their WCBL history. 2-1 now the count on Steyr Couture. Scored 10 runs in 20 games last year for Brooks, and takes another pitch down and away, ball 3, 3-1. Steyr Couture also can pitch. Made a couple of relief appearances last year. He's playing third base today. Fouls the 3-1 pitch back to the screen. Full count. Shortstop Eric Mora on deck. Jackson Fox, 3-2 pitch, low and away, ball 4. First walk issued by the Barry's right-hander, who came into the game today tied for 5th in the league in strikeouts with 25. Innings, he's allowed 21 hits, 13 runs all earned, struck out 25. That was the 9th walk he's issued. There's a pitch up high, ball 1 to Eric Mora. Mora, one of only 3 players out of the starting 9, not including Owen Fernandez, who's the pitcher. He would be the 4th one, but played in last night's game. A fastball for a strike, 1-1. Mora had a productive night. He was 3 for 5 with a double, a run scored, and an RBI. Double his 2nd of the year. The RBI his 5th. Fly ball, right center field. And Nathan Houston will come across to his left and chase that down, as that was slicing away from him, but he had the better chance at getting to it, although Nash Nichols covers a lot of ground in right field and was in the vicinity as well. But Houston with the catch, and now 2 away, is holding at first base is Darius Steyr Couture. It'll bring up the second baseman, Matthew Getz. Getz is relatively new to this team. This is only his 5th game appearance, but only his 4th at-bat. First pitch swinging, 2-3 hopper. Brock Laird up with it, throws over to first on the run. Safe! First base umpire Justin Anderson calls him safe. And so now the inning will continue on the infield single. Runners on first and second with 2 away. Fans not very happy with that. The inning continues, and the number 9 hitter, center fielder Danielle Jenkins, will come to the plate. Jenkins hitting 192. 5 for 26 with a run batted in. Laird did everything right on that play, charging the not overly hard hit ball, came up with it just on the skin of the infield and got rid of it. Looked to be in time, but first base umpire Justin Anderson said no, a strike to Danielle Jenkins. 9th man in the order for Brooks here in the top of the 2nd inning. Of course, 4 in the first, 5 here in the second. Swing and a miss on a slider that was down and out of the zone. Quickly, Jackson Fox ahead 2 strikes on Danielle Jenkins. Fox checks the runner at second. The 2-strike pitch is looped in towards right field. It'll get down. Up with it is Nash Nichols. The throw home. Marion will catch it, but out the outside to the first base side of home plate, and sliding in is Derry Steyert Couture with the first run of the game for the Brooks Bombers. An RBI single for Danielle Jenkins. And it'll bring back the top of the order for Brooks and Jose Vargas. For Jenkins, his second run batted in of the season. Make it 2-1 with back-to-back base hits. With 2 out here in the top of the second inning. Runners at first and third now. Pitch down low, ball 1. Vargas flew out to right field his first time up. Runner from first going. Now Marion will throw it on to second base, and he's going to be called safe. As unable to hang on to the ball was Brock Laird. Jenkins steals second base. Marion didn't throw right away. He kind of double clutched before he threw the ball. The concern being the runner at third, is he going to take off? He didn't. And Marion pegged to second. It looked like they had him, but Laird, trying to put the tag on, couldn't maintain possession of the ball. Now fouled back by Vargas. 1-2 with runners on second and third. Sorry, 1-1 with runners on second and third. 1-1. Hit foul, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vargas, 2 for 5 last night. A double, 3 runs batted in, he scored a run. After he had struck out his first 2 times up. Finished strong. 375 on the season. Hasn't played a lot. Jose Vargas, his time is called. Fox will go behind the pitching mound and recollect. This is only Vargas' 4th game with Brooks. 1-2 pitch, called up the stairs and outside, 2-2. So Deuce is wild across the top of the scoreboard in right center field here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs for the Berries, only 1 for Brooks, but they've got runners at second and third, and foul tipped at the plate. Off the glove and off the mask of Aiden Marion. Keeps the count alive at 2-2 with Asahi Nakano, first baseman, on deck. Bombers are 4-18. They are 6th and last in the WCBL's West Division. Popped up and curling foul into the third base bleachers. Out of play. Count holds at 2-2. Bombers have lost 3 straight. They're 1-10 on the road. And are a -100, runs for and against for the season. But they scored 12 last night. 1-2 pitch popped up. Shallow right field, Salinas drifting back. Nichols is coming on. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. 1 run for Brooks in the top of the second inning on 2 hits. No Berries errors, and 2 runners left on base. After an inning and a half, it's Saskatoon 2 and Brooks 1. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Nick Cote will lead it off for the Berries in the bottom of the second inning, followed by the number 9 hitter Nash Nichols, and then to the top of the order for Brock Laird. We're nicely underway here on Canada Day, 2-1. The Saskatoon Berries lead the Brooks Bombers. Owen Fernandez. First pitch up and in on Cote, ball 1. Nick Cote had a good night last night at the plate, 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Oakville, Ontario product. Swing and a fly ball, right center field. Drifting back the right fielder, and he will make the catch. Nice catch by Jose Vargas. Just short of the warning track in right center. One away. Nash Nichols to the plate. Nash came in as a pinch runner last night and then ended up drawing a walk and scoring a run as a batter later in the game. He'll take a called strike. Nash Nichols from Waxahachie, Texas, 6'1", 170-pound right-handed hitting outfielder. That's in for strike 2 from Owen Fernandez. Quickly up 2 strikes on the Berries right fielder. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Owen Fernandez. 2 away, and Brock Laird, who walked and scored in the first inning. Laird hitting .287, 27 hits in 94 at-bats, has a couple of home runs, 18 RBIs, 5 doubles, and 2 triples. The 2 triples has him tied for second in the league as he fouls the first pitch back to the screen, strike 1. Laird plays most days, and as a result, he finds himself as a league leader in a couple of stats. This is his 25th game. It's also the Berries' 25th game. So he's played in every game so far as he looks at a pitch inside ball 1. As a result, he came into today's 6th in the league in plate appearances with 116 and tied for 5th in at-bats with 94. Upstairs and a little inside. Bent him back, 2-1. Laird, 5'9", 180. Coming off his freshman year at Southeastern Louisiana University in Hammond, Louisiana. Fastball strike, 2-2. Hoping to get up, should Laird get on, is Josh Henson in the on-deck circle. 2-2, down low, full count. It's a nice day, Canada Day. We had some rain again this morning. What else is new of recent? Inside ball 4, it's the second time that Laird has walked in the game, and the 4th walk issued by Owen Fernandez. So up comes Josh Henson, who was hit by a pitch his last time up. 18 degrees Celsius is the temperature under mostly cloudy skies right now, and wind out of the northwest at 13 kilometers per hour. For our American family members and friends listening and watching on the webcast, this is well tagged, but hooking foul down the left field line. Wouldn't have been home run distance, but it is out of play. Strike one, a long strike to Josh Henson. 18 Celsius, by the by, is 64 degrees Fahrenheit. A wind of 13 kilometers per hour is like 8 miles per hour. Laird at first, capable of stealing a base, and he may try and do that, but not on this pitch. And low, according to home plate umpire Matt Shuley, 1-1. Fernandez, the pitcher, and catcher Pinheiro didn't agree. Their body language told the tale of that. 1-1. Bounced in, blocked by Pinheiro. 2 balls and a strike. Kyle Salinas on deck. Henson with his 5 home runs tied for 7th in the league. Pops this one up in the infield towards the shortstop Eric Mora, who will make the catch, and that ends the inning. No runs for the Berries in the bottom of the second inning. No hits. There were no Brooks Bombers errors and 1 runner left on base. After 2, it is 2-1 for Saskatoon over Brooks as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Siemens Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
Top of the third inning. Numbers 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Brooks will come up against Jackson Fox. Asahi Nakano, the first baseman. Colton Schmockel, the DH. And catcher Amir Pinheiro due up. Nakano 1 for 6 last night. Flew out to deep center field his first time up and takes a called strike. Nakano takes the ball, 1-1. Hitting .367. 29 for 79. This popped up. Foul territory. Drifting into foul territory is Josh Henson. He'll make the catch. And 1 away. And he's already been up. Simon's wrong. Simon. There you go. DH Colton Schmockel coming up. First pitch breaking ball or changeup in for a strike. Schmockel reached on an error his first time up back in the first inning. Pitch for a ball, 1-1. Now this is lined into left field over the top of the head of Brock Laird, a base hit. Nick Stinson fields it on a couple of hops and gets it back into the infield. Base hit for Schmockel. He's on first for the second time in this ball game. Third hit of the game for Brooks. And Amir Pinheiro now to the plate. flew out to right field to finish off the top of the first inning. Pinheiro from Yabucoa, Puerto Rico. First pitch hit up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. Houston will field it there, and it's station to station as Schmockel stops up at second. Back-to-back singles with one away here in the top of the third inning. And Zach Bretza, the left fielder, will come up. Bretza grounded out to Laird to lead off the top of the second inning, up for a second time in as many innings. And this one gets away from Aiden Marion to the backstop. Runners advance to second and third. On ball one to Zach Bretza. Bretza is a freshman at Bossier Parish Community College. Played in 19 games. Drove in 10 runs and scored 8 times in 43 at-bats. He can catch. He'll hit this one on the ground to short. Laird up with it. He'll throw on to first in time, but crossing the plate is Schmockel with the tying run, and Pinheiro advances to third base as Jackson Fox gets a second out here in the top of the third inning. Bretza's in left field today. Now it's the third baseman, Darius Steyert-Couture, who walked his first time up and scored the first run of the game for Brooks. And we're now tied up at 2-2. Down low, ball one. Fox needed just 10 pitches to get through the first inning, 22 unofficially through the second inning. Throwing a few more here in this frame. Fouled up the first base line, 1-1. Both bullpens silent down the right field line for the Berries and the left field line for the Brooks Bombers. The 1-1 count. Pitch up high, 2-1 to Darius Steyert-Couture. He has a couple of home runs and 5 RBI, a .255 average, 12 for 47 on the season. Also a couple of doubles. And that's up high. A 3-1 count now. Fox trying to find the zone, trying to get out of here no worse than tied up. 3-1 pitch is on the outside corner and a full count. Shortstop Eric Mora on deck. Needs Steyert-Couture to reach base somehow, some way in order to get an at-bat. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. First K of the afternoon for Jackson Fox. And Brooks ties the game up here in the top of the third with a run on 2 hits. There were no Berries errors and 1 runner left on base after 2.5. It is knotted at 2-2 between the Saskatoon Berries and the Brooks Bombers as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Meat of the order for the Saskatoon Berries coming up in the bottom of the third inning against starting Brooks pitcher Owen Fernandez. Giles Salinas, the second baseman, Nathan Houston, the center fielder, and designated hitter Aiden Kilshaw coming up against Fernandez. Salinas singled and drove in a run his first time up back in the first inning. His 38th hit of the season, third in the league in that department. And the first pitch is upstairs and ducking out of the way as Salinas, as that almost plunked him in the helmet. $20 RBI now for Salinas on the year. Another guy who, like Laird, has played in a lot of games and among the league leaders in plate appearances and at-bats. That last pitch down low, ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 pitch sent in the air to center field. Coming on and there to make the catch is Danielle Jenkins. So one away here in the bottom of the third inning. Nathan Houston walked in the first inning. 1 for 5 last night. Hitting .375 on the year, 30 hits and 80 at-bats, 13 runs batted in. A couple of doubles and a couple of triples. He tried to bunt his way on and popped it up, but it unable to be caught by Amir Pinheiro, the Brooks catcher. Those triples have Houston tied for second place in the league. That's bounced in, ball 1, 1-1. Nathan Houston at Louisiana Tech had a tough year as a junior due to a hamstring issue. Fouled that pitch off 1-2. Only got into 11 games with the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs in Conference USA this past college season. Had 4 hits and 15 at-bats, a home run and 2 RBI. He's behind 1-2. Fouls that off his leg. He's wearing a pad on his left ankle, left into. Still fouled off of that. Might have caught him on the instep. That would be where he doesn't have protection, and that would smart. Count holds at 1-2 to Nathan Houston, who's the cleanup hitter today for the Berries. Fernandez pitch hit back up the middle and towards shortstop. Mora with it, throw on to first in time. 2 away. Fans remembering that there was a close play like that a couple of innings ago for Brooks, called safe, wanted that same call, and weren't going to get it from first base umpire Justin Anderson. So now it's Aiden Kilshaw, Saskatoon product, an affiliate player, member of the Canadian junior national team. Struck out in the first inning with the bases loaded, gets a second go at Owen Fernandez and takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. 2 away in the bottom of the third inning. That's low, ball 1. Pinheiro trying to frame that for the umpire. Did not get the call. Aiden Marion on deck for the Berries. Down low, 2-1. So you got back-to-back Aidens from Saskatoon in the order. Aiden Kilshaw spells his first name A-I-D-E-N. Aiden Marion spells his A-I-D-A-N. High and away, ball 3, 3-1. I have a tough enough time spelling my own name some days. Come on. And it's pretty easy, actually. 3-1 pitch upstairs. Ball 4. Killshaw draws a 2-out walk. Brings up Aiden Marion. He walked back in the first inning. That's 5 walks now in the afternoon for Owen Fernandez. Yet he's tied 2-2 here with the Berries. Double play in the first inning helped. Last inning walk like this one with 2 outs. Marion fouls the first pitch high on the screen. Strike 1. Inside, 1-1 the count on Aiden Marion, who at Hutchinson Community College this past winter played in 53 games, had 71 hits and 181 at-bats, which translates into a .392 average. 8 home runs and 43 runs batted in. That's a pretty good productive junior college season. Hence he's heading off to Sacramento State. Another throw over to first and diving back in safely is Killshaw. Aiden Killshaw with a lead at first. Up high to Aiden Marion, 2-1 the count. Nate Stinson, the left fielder, is on deck. Bottom of the third inning here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field on Canada Day. Killshaw goes. Here's the throw down to second base, and he will be out. Killshaw tried to hurdle over the tag of the second baseman, Matthew Getz, who applies it on him. So Marion will come to the plate as the leadoff man in the bottom of the fourth inning, as Killshaw is thrown out trying to steal. The Berries with no runs in the bottom of the third inning, no hits, no Brooks errors, nobody left on base. After 3, it is Saskatoon 2, Brooks 2, as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Quick look at the unofficial line score through 3 innings of play for the Saskatoon Berries. 2 runs on 1 hit. They've committed 1 error and left 3 runners on base. Brooks have 2 runs on 4 hits. They've committed 1 error. They've left 4 runners on base. Jackson Fox will face the bottom third of the Brooks order in the top of the 4th inning. Shortstop Eric Mora, second baseman Matthew Getz, and center fielder Danielle Jenkins. Mora flew out to center field his first time up in the 2nd inning. Hitting .238 on the year. 5 runs batted in, a couple of doubles. First pitch swinging on the ground. Cote at third. Cross diamond throw in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. Matthew Getz now singled on a close play at first base that the umpire called safe and the fans thought he was out on. That's Getz's first hit of the year in 4 official at-bats. Even I can do the math on that one as he takes a strike. 250. Yeah. All right. Math is my friend. Not really. 1-1 the count on that pitch down low. Actually, that's not true. Math really is my friend. Fouled off. I'm a self-confessed stats geek, and anybody who knows me knows that. There is rumor that when I pitched way back in the day that I could compute my earned run average on the mound after every out. Luckily, it was never that high. At least I didn't think so. Fouled off. Count holds at 1-2. I do love to tell people that I played on 2 Manitoba Junior Baseball League championship teams back in the day. Line drive. This is going to find grass in right center field, and turning first and heading for second, and he will be in there with a dive into second base is Matthew Getz. Good speed on the second baseman for Brooks as he got that one. Split the outfielders, but of course with the grass out there and the wet, it was slowed up, and the outfielders were able to get to the ball rather quickly. However, Getz turned on the afterburners coming out of the batter's box and dove into second base with a double. So he's 2 for 2. Danielle Jenkins, who drove in the first Brooks run with a single in the bottom of the second inning, or top of the second inning, comes up now. Right-hand hitter, first pitch strike. He also stole a base in the second inning, did Jenkins, the batter. Getz could very well try to do the same as Salinas, trying to keep him close. Fox's 1 strike pitch is up high, 1-1. Jackson Fox checks on Matthew Getz at second. Pitch down low, blocked by Aiden Marion. 2-1. Top of the order, Jose Vargas on deck. Just over an hour into this ball game. On a pleasant Canada Day afternoon, Fox will bluff a pickoff at second base, force the runner gets back to the bag. Still considered to be mostly cloudy out, 18 degrees Celsius, 64 Fahrenheit, northwest wind at 11 kilometers per hour. Swing and a miss on the 2-1. It's 2-2 now to Danielle Jenkins. Brooks Bombers with the go-ahead run in scoring position here in the top of the 4th inning. Jackson Fox trying to prevent that from being reality. Kicks and fires. A slider outside, full count. Lights are on here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. 3-2 pitch. Up high, ball 4. And Jenkins draws a walk. That's the second walk issued by Jackson Fox this afternoon. And out comes Dustin Mulliken, the Berries pitching consultant. Chat with the young right-hander. Again, Fox from here in Saskatoon, coming off his freshman year at Cloud County Community College. The Thunderbirds in Concordia, Kansas, which is the league they play in, is the National Junior College Athletic Association Region 6. There's a bunch of regions in the NJCAA. Fox was a reliever with the Thunderbirds. Only made one start in 16 appearances. A 2-1 record, a 5.25 earned run average, and 24 innings pitched. He's already thrown more innings this summer than he did in his college season, as he now faces Jose Vargas, the leadoff man, and Fox steps off. Time called. Vargas with a couple of fly balls to right field in his first two at-bats. First pitch outside, ball one. Again, the bullpens on both sides are quiet. Fox checking the runners. 1-0 is cued foul. 1-1.
Okay, so we're actually not bad at all. Oh, it's doing pretty good. Yeah, okay, that's good stuff.
Jumbotron just said Jackson Fox's favorite sunflower seeds flavor is dill pickle. Swing and a miss, strike two, 1-2. I'm indifferent to that. Seasoned, yes. Salted, yes. Dill pickle? Yeah. Can't remember the last time I had sunflower seeds. That's almost sacrilegious to say, being involved in baseball. Here's a line drive off of a changeup into right field, base hit, and the stop sign goes up at third base as the throw comes back to the first baseman, Josh Henson. A double, a walk, and a single loading the bases here with one out in the top of the fourth inning for the Brooks Bombers. That's 6 hits for them in the game against Jackson Fox. And now Asahi Nakano, the first baseman, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Fox out of the full delivery. First pitch fouled off, strike one. Nakano, a dangerous hitter. Had the best average on the team coming into today's game. And this one's a line drive, and it is slicing away from Nathan Houston and gets down. Cut off just before the warning track. 2 runs are going to score. Nakano into second, and stopping at third is Jose Vargas as the Brooks Bombers go ahead 4-2 as Matthew Getz and Danielle Jenkins score on the double to right center field by Asahi Nakano. 4-2 for Brooks, and that's going to hasten some folks heading down to the bullpen to start warming up for Joe Carnahan, Ryan Olcheway, Dustin Mulliken, and the Berries when it comes to their pitching staff. Colton Schmockel, the DH, coming up. Runners at second and third. Breaking ball in for a strike. Brooks Jones starts warming up. Down the right field line, a left-hander. Slider is outside to Schmockel, 1-1. Schmockel hitting above 300 thanks to that double. Thanks to his base hit his last inning. He scored a run. Two and one the count. Now on Schmockel.
1-2, that's what I thought.
Changed the count. It was a called strike that Schmockel within leg. Now he cues one foul to stay alive at 1-2. Jones warming up. Fox trying to get out of it here. Down 2 now. 1-2 pitch, slider outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Barry scored the first 2 runs of the game in the bottom of the first, and now Brooks has chipped away and putting up runs in each of the last 3 half innings they've been up. This one's hit down the left field line, fair inside the foul line, and 2 more runs are going to score. Turning first and heading for second is Schmockel, and he'll pull in, standing up with a double to drive in both Jose Vargas and Asahi Nakano to make it 6-2. That was pulled right down the third base line by Schmockel. 4 runs in to make it 6-2. 1 mound visit's already been done by the Berries. And Brooks Jones isn't ready to go just yet as he continues to warm up with a little more urgency down the right field line. Fox's first pitch to Amir Pinheiro, the catcher, is low and away, ball 1. A run in each of the second and third innings, and now 4 spot put up so far. That one is up high, 2-0 to Pinheiro. Only 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning for Brooks, as this is their 7th man coming to the plate this inning. Fox looking back at second. Up high, 3-0. And Joe Carnahan starts to walk up towards the top step of the dugouts. I have a funny feeling this might be the end of the line for Jackson Fox with whatever happens on this at-bat. 3-0 pitch taken for a strike all the way by Pinheiro. Zach Bretza, the left fielder, on deck for Brooks. Fox checking again on the runner. 3-1. Popped up. Foul down the right field side towards the Berries bullpen and actually out of play in amongst all the standing room folks. There are a lot of them here today. A very good crowd for Canada Day here at the ballpark. Count is full to Amir Pinheiro at 3-2. Pinheiro singled in the second inning. And that is a ball low. Puts runners on first and second. It'll bring up Zach Bretza, and Joe Carnahan, I believe, is just waiting for the announcement to be made, as he's now beyond the steps, hanging out, looking for the word that Brooks Jones is ready, and he gets it, and that's going to be it. Pitching change coming for the Saskatoon Berries, as Jackson Fox started well, but's had a rough go here, especially in this top of the 4th inning with 4 runs in. So Brooks Jones is going to come into the ball game. A left-hander from Lawrence, Kansas. Hometown boy Jackson Fox gets a nice ovation from the Canada Day crowd. He'll be disappointed he did not have a better outing at home today. Brooks Jones is coming off his sophomore year at Hutchinson Community College. Yes, he's another one of those with Blue Dragons. He'll spend his junior year at the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley next winter. Lefty, 6'3", 220 pounds. Made all of his appearances out of the bullpen so far this year. Has pitched 10 2/3 innings, got no record. No wins, no losses, no saves. A 1.69 earned run average, and in 10 2/3 innings, he's allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. Has struck out 14 and walked 7. Brooks Jones warming up, ready to come on. His team, the Saskatoon Berries, trailing the Brooks Bombers by a score of 6-2. Four hits in the inning here for the Brooks Bombers. Fox goes 3 1/3 innings this afternoon, gives up 8 hits. He's still on the hook for the 2 runners on base. In Namir Pinheiro at first and Colton Schmackel at second. Just 1 strikeout for Jackson Fox today and 3 walks. He faces 22 batters. And in the end, he threw quite a few pitches. Unofficially, 77 in just 3 1/3 innings. So the Brooks Bombers made him work and got to him here in innings 2, 3, and especially the 4th. And now Brooks Jones in to face right-handed hitting left fielder Zach Bretza, who's grounded out to Brock Laird twice in the ball game. Brooks Jones from Lawrence, Kansas. Checks the runners. Fastball in for strike 1. Just 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Lots of jockeying between Salinas and Schmackel around second base. Pitches outside, 1-1. One pitch upcoming. Down low, 2-1. Brooks has to hustle home after this game today. They'll play host to the Energy City Cactus Rats tomorrow night at Elks Field. Fouled to the screen. 2-2 the count. For the Berries, they hit the road. They'll play 5 games in 4 days, starting tomorrow night in Regina. A doubleheader on Friday in Moose Jaw and a single against the Miller Express in Moose Jaw on Saturday. And then a Sunday afternoon visit to Swift Current. 2-2 pitch to Zach Bretza is upstairs and outside. Full count. Barry's next home game is Monday, July 6th. Here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field, they'll play host to the Regina Red Sox. Brooks Jones looking to get a strikeout or get an out of some kind. Swing and a miss. He gets the strikeout. Bretza swings and misses, 2 away. Now the 9th hitter of the inning, Darius Steyert Couture. Third baseman, walked and scored in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 3rd. Against Jackson Fox. Lefty Jones ready to go. Again, Salinas cat and mouse with Schmockel at second. Fouled off towards the Barry's dugout. Strike one. She's a long top of the fourth inning here. See how Owen Fernandez responds coming back out to pitch for Brooks in the bottom of the fourth. Stake to a lead now, 6-2. Swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup from Brooks Jones. Steyert Couture was out in front of it. Barry's wearing their purple jerseys at home today on Canada Day. Usually wear white, and on Sundays they'll wear the baby blue, powder blue if you will. Swing and a miss, strike three. The purple comes through for Brooks Jones. Back-to-back strikeouts to finish off the inning, but not before 4 runs on 4 hits. No Barry's errors, 2 runners left on base. After 3.5, it's Brooks 6, Saskatoon 2. You're watching Barry's baseball on FloCollege.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Owen Fernandez staked to a 6-2 lead, back out on the mound for the Brooks Bombers in the bottom of the 4th inning. Barry's will send up catcher Aiden Marion, who was left at the plate when Aiden Kilshaw was thrown out trying to steal to end the bottom of the 3rd inning. Then it's left fielder Nate Stinson and third baseman Nick Cote for the Barry's here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trailing 6-2. First pitch swinging, Marion on the ground, slow roller, a throw on to first base just in time. Good job there by the shortstop Mora. He records the first out. Nick Stinson coming to the plate. He grounded into a double play to end the 1st inning. That stop was looking like a promising inning for the Barry's as they had loaded the bases and had scored twice. And Stinson grounded one up the middle that was turned into a double play. He'll take a strike, and this is second at bat of the day. Barry's only have the 1 hit so far, that being Gal Salinas' 1st inning single. Fernandez bounces a pitch in. He has had control issues. Couple of strikeouts and 5 walks, but they haven't really hurt him that much yet. He also has hit a batter, the hit batsman, and 1 of the walks coming in to score in the 1st inning. Beyond that, that hasn't been the big issue. Fouled off over the third base bleachers and out into the parking lot. 1-2 the count on Nick Stinson. This one's hit in the air, but right there to make the catch is Jose Vargas. Didn't have to move much to make that play, and there's 2 away. So Nick Cody, who flew out to Vargas back in the second inning, comes to the plate. Down 4. Patience may be something that the Berries need to be looking for at the plate rather than attacking and going after anything they think that looks good. But there's a first pitch swinging on the ground, picked by the shortstop, and the throw on over by Mora, and a 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th inning for the Berries here at home against Brooks. No runs, no hits, no Brooks errors, nobody left on base. After 4, the Bombers have a 6-2 lead on Saskatoon as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Brooks Jones coming back out to pitch for the Berries here in the top of the 5th inning. He'll face the bottom 3rd of the Brooks Bombers lineup. It's the same group that came up to lead off the top of the 4th inning. Mora grounded out the 3rd last time up, as we have timeout called on the field by the home plate umpire, Matt Shuley. It was after Mora that the damage was done to Jackson Fox and the Berries as they scored 4 times. A first pitch strike from Jones to Mora. Again, Eric Mora is 0 for 2 so far today. Check swing, called strike 2 by home plate umpire Shuley. Matthew Getz is 2 for 2 in the number 8 spot. He's on deck. Danielle Jenkins is 1 for 1, walked and scored last inning. So the 8 and 9 hitters have helped to get Brooks' offense going here today, as there's a pitch down and in, ball 1. 1-2 the count on Eric Mora. One-two pitch. Called strike 3, a breaking pitch that caught the inside corner. That's 3 strikeouts now for Brooks Jones. In fact, he struck out all 3 batters he has faced so far since coming on in place of Jackson Fox. Here's Matthew Getz, mentioned 2 for 2. Singled in the 2nd inning, doubled, and scored in the 4th. His run scored put Brooks ahead for the first time in this game as he looks at a pitch up and away, ball 1. 1-0 pitch is down low, 2-0. Several players on the Brooks roster not included in the preseason preview put out by the Western Canadian Baseball League. Matthew Getz would be one of them. Okay. He only had 3 at-bats coming into today. It's now a 3-0 count on him. And that's low and inside, ball 4. So Getz has been on every time up today. So has Danielle Jenkins, who's now striding to the plate. Brooks center fielder singled and stole a base in the second inning and drove in a run. Walked and scored his last time up. An aggressive lead off first base for Matthew Getz. First pitch from Jones, a swing and a miss, strike 1. Let's see if Jones has a pickoff move. How I wish I was a left-hander back in the day. Key thing is, as soon as that front foot goes back and hits parallel with the rubber or beyond it, you have to come home. You cannot go to first base, as that's fouled off by Jenkins. But lefties who can pick the front foot up and not go back to parallel with the rubber, they have the option. They can go to first, they can go home. And if you're at first base, you don't know what's happening. 2-strike pitch is called inside. 1-2 on Danielle Jenkins. Nephew pitched in Winnipeg and was a lefty. And he had a very good pickoff move just because of that. Line drive into center field. Nathan Houston coming on will make the catch. Halfway and returning to first is Matthew Getz. 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Brings up Jose Vargas, his 4th at-bat of the day. Vargas with a base hit last inning. Scored a run. He's 1 for 3 today. Left-handed hitting Jose Vargas. Again, I can do math on this one. He's 1 for 3 and now 4 for 10 on the season. 400. Calls time as something in his eyes. He's flushing it out. That would be annoying. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Brooks Jones trying to put up a 0 here in the top of the 5th inning on the scoreboard for the Brooks Bombers. Get the Berries back into the dugout and back with their hitting shoes on. Getz takes off, pitches down low and outside, and a nice play by Marion to field it. He had no throw, though. So a stolen base for Matthew Getz. And the count even at 1-1. So Getz into scoring position for Vargas, who has 3 RBI in his limited playing time. One pitch down low, 2-1. Some stirring down the left field line, but nothing serious in the Brooks bullpen. Owen Fernandez with a 4-run lead, I'm sure wants to be able to get through the 5th if he can with a lead and be credited with a victory if Brooks can come away with one today. That's fouled off at the plate. Count even at 2-2. 9-inning ball game. The starting pitcher has to pitch 5 full innings at least in order to get credit for the victory. so long as his team is ahead at the time, and they stay ahead throughout the game. Deuce is wild across the top of the scoreboard in right center field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Outside, just outside, full count. Asahi Nakano, first baseman on deck. Nakano with the big hit in this game, a double that drove in 2 runs back last inning. Broke the 2-2 tie. Jones would like to face him leading off the next inning. Full count pitch. Swung on, broken bat. Look out, that bat flies, but meanwhile Salinas fields the 2-hopper and throws out Vargas at first base to end the inning, but the barrel of the bat broke and flew over top of the netting and landed beside the home plate seats and before the first base bleachers. With splinters everywhere on that. But good job by Brooks Jones. No runs, no hits, no Barry's errors. 1 runner left on base for Brooks in the top of the 5th. After 4.5, we're halfway through. It's the Brooks Bombers 6 and the Saskatoon Berries 2. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege. Nash Nichols up to start off the bottom of the 5th inning. The Berries' number 9 hitter, getting just his 2nd plate appearance of the day. He struck out back in the 2nd inning against starter Owen Fernandez. He tried to bunt his way on and missed. Strike 1. Nichols hitting 200 on the... sorry, not him. That would have been Nick Cote. 14 for 67 Nichols on the season, just above 200. He pops this one high up in the infield. First baseman is underneath it, right in front of the second baseman. Good job by Asahi Nakano. Called off Matthew Getz and makes the catch for the first out. So back to the top of the order. Brock Laird has walked twice today. Scored a run back in the 1st inning for the Berries. Probably been chomping at the bit to get back out there and get up to the plate. Josh Henson is on deck now for the Berries. Fernandez first pitch in for a strike. Owen Fernandez came into the game with 2 losses on his record and 11.21 earned run average. Pitched down and away, ball 1, 1-1. In 17 and 2/3 innings, he had struck out 19, so better a strikeout per inning. But he also walked 13, and he's walked 5 today while striking out 2. 2-1 the count. Laird fouls it back to the screen, 2-2. Unofficially at 72 pitches for the game. 73, I should say. Get that pitch count up and get him out of there and see what you can do against somebody else. Up high, ball 3, a full count. Fouled off, out of play. Count holds full at 3-2. Hit the short, caught about knee high, and that's 2 away. Shortstop Eric Moore really didn't have to move for that one. So now Josh Henson popped out the shortstop back in the second inning, hit by a pitch and scored back in the first. It's from Huntsville, Alabama. First pitch in for a strike. Inside, ball one. They want to appeal at first base, and first base umpire Justin Anderson agrees. No swing, ball one. Second baseman Giles Salinas on deck for the Berries. Looked like a changeup that stayed up high, 2-1. Fouled off, 2-2. Canada Day at the ballpark. Home team not responding so far. 6-2 down. Swing and a miss on this changeup. Big bit of breaking ball or a slow curve, but nonetheless, strikeout number 3 of the afternoon for Owen Fernandez. He's retired 6 in a row. 7 if you include the caught stealing to end the bottom of the third inning. And again, nothing across for the Berries in the bottom of the fifth. They trail 6-2 to Brooks. After 5 as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Top of the 6th inning here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. First baseman Asahi Nakano will lead it off in the top of the 6th for Brooks. He's had the big hit of the ball game so far, a 2-run double in the 4th inning that gave Brooks the lead at the time, and they still hold it, although they've improved upon it since then. He also scored in that 4th inning. 1 for 3 Nakano facing Brooks Jones for the first time, and a breaking ball that catches the strike zone. Nakano looks back at home plate umpire and says, "What was that?" Strike 1. Swing and a miss on that curve that was down low. Breaking down and out of the zone. Nakano over top it, 2 strikes. He's followed by Colton Schmackel, the DH, and Amir Pinheiro, the catcher. High and away, ball 1. Schmackel and Pinheiro have been tough outs today for the Berries. For Jackson Fox, particularly the Berries starter. Brooks Jones is the second pitcher of the day. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Fourth strikeout in the relief appearance for Brooks Jones, which now is encompassing 2 innings. Colton Schmackel with a 2-run double as well in the 4th inning. He's been on base all 3 times. He's 2 for 3. He reached on an error in the 1st inning. Singled and scored in the 3rd. Doubled, drove in 2 runs in the 4th. Brooks Jones, first pitch high and away, ball 1. Back to the mound on 1 hop, and Brooks Jones fields it. Runs it about 3/4 of the way and underhands in time to Josh Henson for the 2nd out. So Amir Pinheiro once again, the Puerto Rican. He's coming off his 2nd season, or his senior season, I should say, at Lindsey Wilson University. He caught some, and he was also a starting pitcher there. That's quite the combination. Right-handed hitting Pinheiro, facing Brooks Jones for the first time. Up high, ball 1. Pinheiro is the last of the 9 men in the Brooks order to have not faced Jones. Bounced in, back to the backstop, 2-0. Zach Bretza, the left fielder, is on deck. Two-0 pitch, check swing, called strike. High and away, ball 3, 3-1. Besides 4 strikeouts, Brooks Jones has issued a walk in his appearance here today. Fouled off. Full count. That walk to Matthew Getz last inning is the only base runner that Brooks Jones has allowed since coming on with 1 away in the top of the 4th inning in relief of Jackson Fox. 6-2, Brooks with the lead here in the top of the 6th inning. 3-2 pitch is down low, ball 4. And that'll put a man on first with 2 away. Brings up Zach Bretza, who's 0 for 3. Again, both bullpens quiet. Nothing going down. Brooks Jones' first pitch swung on and missed by Bretza, strike 1. Unofficially, Jones has thrown 40 pitches. And as soon as I say that, bullpen catcher makes his way out. Jones gets a 2nd strike looking on Bretza. 0-2 with 2 out here in the top of the 6th inning. And Carter Kopp starts to warm up. 2-strike pitch fouled off into the screen that protects the first base bleachers from a line drive like that. Count holds at 0-2. Darius Steyert Couture hoping for an at-bat here this inning for Brooks. Needs Bretza to get on base. 2-strike pitch is outside, ball 1. way outside off the backstop. Aiden Marion will have the ball bounce back to him. But able to take second base is Amir Pinheiro on the wild pitch. 2-2. So now Pinheiro in scoring position for Bretza. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Bretza questioning the home plate umpire's count that he has. It's 2-2. Brooks Jones checks on the runner at second. Lefty delivers. High. Full count. He had the count at 0-2, and now battling back to get it full is the left fielder for Brooks, Zach Bretza. The payoff pitch fouled off out of play. Carter Kopp throwing hard in the bullpen, trying to get himself ready. Don't know how much longer Brooks Jones is going to go. Joe Carnahan would like to see him get out of this half inning and then make the pitching change, I'm sure. For the second time, a payoff pitch. And that's inside ball 4, so back-to-back walks with 2 outs. And now that'll bring up Derry Steyert-Couture, the third baseman, who struck out twice, 0 for 2, walked and scored in the second inning. And Dustin Mulliken now will come out, the Barry's pitching consultant, to chat with Brooks Jones, giving Carter Kopp a few more warm-up tosses. Haven't had a attendance figure yet provided. May have to send a text to someone, and I know just the person. Don't mind me as I do this. It is a good crowd here, though, on a Canada Day. Ball game approaching 2 hours long here in the top of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Derry Steyert-Couture. Getting a response to that attendance question text. See what it is momentarily. Outside, 1-1. Brooks Jones might just be laboring here a little bit, trying to get out of this inning. Lawrence, Kansas product. Trying to put up another 0 on the scoreboard on the Brooks Bombers side, where it says guest. 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air. Right center field. Nathan Houston moving over to his left will make the catch. That ball was slicing away from him, but he was able to catch up to it and make the grab to end the inning. A couple of runners left on base with walks for the Brooks Bombers, but they do not score a run without the benefit of a hit and no Barry's errors. And after 5.5, it is Brooks 6 and Saskatoon 2 as you're watching Barry's baseball on FloCollege.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus a WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Owen Fernandez back out for the bottom of the sixth inning. The starting pitcher for the Brooks Bombers. He has a 6-2 lead against the Saskatoon Berries this afternoon on Canada Day. Meat of the order for the Berries here in the bottom of the sixth. Giles Salinas, Nathan Houston, Aiden Kilshaw, the 3-4-5 hitters in the lineup today for Joe Carnahan to face Fernandez. Salinas fouls the first pitch back, strike one. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI today. Singled and drove in a run in the first inning. Flew out to center his last time up. Upstairs with a fastball, 1-1. Low and away, 2-1. On the ground, Weekly hit up towards shortstop. The high throw is not going to be in time. First baseman Nakano had to go high to take the throw and put his foot off the bag, and by the time he came back down on it, Salinas had crossed the base. We're going to call that a base hit. An infield single for Giles Salinas. Second hit of the day for the Berries only, and both of them off the bat of their second baseman. So now Nathan Houston, 0 for 1, grounded out to short his last time up, walked in the first inning. Takes a pitch inside, ball one. Whoa, up and in, almost hit Houston. Able to duck out of the way. 2-0. And now we're going to get a visit to the mound from the pitching coach or an assistant coach as down the left field line. Let's see if we can tell the white numbers on the baby blue Brooks Bombers jersey, just what that number is and who it is that's now warming up. Looks like 24. So let's look at the roster now and see who 24 is. 24 is Aiden Sloan. You're hearing the national anthem in the background. No, we're not about to start the game over. That's just the Jumbotron and some car karaoke involving Barry's players. That was actually a pretty decent voice. Salinas on first. A 2-0 count on Nathan Houston. Salinas faked going. Pitch was down low, 3-0. Aiden Kilshaw on deck. Three-0 pitch. Houston takes all the way, strike one. Saskatoon Berries on an 8-game winning streak coming into today. Line drive through the hole that's between third and short. Into left field, a base hit. Salinas up to second base. And Houston with his first hit of the day. Third of the game for the Berries. First and second with nobody out here. In the bottom of the 6th inning, and Aiden Kilshaw. 0 for 1. Struck out in the first, walked in the third, and was thrown out stealing. And that got Owen Fernandez starting with 7 consecutive people getting out. And then that ends here this half inning on back-to-back singles to lead off the inning by Salinas and Houston. But Kilshaw takes a called strike on the outside corner. Bounced in, blocked by the catcher Pinheiro. 1-1. Aiden Marion on deck. Berries have a couple of their better players on the bench today. Again, last night's game ended at about 10-11, and today's game started at 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2 by Kilshaw. Aiden Kilshaw, an affiliate player in the lineup today for the Berries, is Ethan Murdoch, Gavin Panks, Eric Aguirre, all not starting today. Available, I'd have to think, off the bench for the Berries to Joe Carnahan and Chance Wheatley. 1-2 pitch is called strike 3 on the outside corner. 4th strikeout of the day for Owen Fernandez. First out of the bottom of the 6th inning, and here comes Aiden Marion. Carter Kopp continues to warm up down the right field line for the Berries. I have to assume that he will be coming on in the top of the 7th inning. Marion, first pitch swinging. This one is twisting foul in the air and will end up foul in the Berries bullpen area. Strike 1. A walk in the 1st inning for Marion, a ground out to shortstop in the 4th for the Saskatoon product. Right-hand hitting catcher. Owen Fernandez checks on the runners. Salinas at second, Houston at first. Just low. 1-1. Fernandez with another pitch. Down low, 2-1. Got to get that pitch count up. See what you can do with another guy, possibly. Fernandez approaching 100 pitches for the day unofficially. Here's a line drive into right center field. That will get down, base hit. Salinas had to hold to make sure that everything was okay as far as it not being caught, and is held up at third base. So now the bases are loaded, and it'll be Nate Stinson. 3 singles this inning for the Berries against Owen Fernandez. 1 away, and Stinson, who was in this similar situation in the 1st inning but grounded into an inning-ending double play, will try to avoid that this time around here in the 6th. He is 0 for 2. The Berries left-handed hitting left fielder. First baseman Nakano on the edge of the grass, not holding the runner. Breaking ball on the outside corner, strike 1. Third baseman Steyert Couture, a couple of steps behind the bag. Middle infielders are a double play depth. Pitch into the dirt, bounced up towards the pitching mound, and it's the pitcher Fernandez, who comes halfway between the mound and home plate to retrieve the ball, and Salinas holds his ground. 1-1 the count. On the outside corner, 1-2 to Stinson. Nick Cote is on deck. Owen Fernandez's 102nd pitch of the ball game upcoming. Breaking ball stays outside, 2-2. You get the sense that this is going to be a critical part of the ball game here right now, with a 6-2 Brooks lead and the Berries with the bases loaded, the tying run at the plate here. Still outs to go for the Berries, but they need to get something happening here. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs now, as that's 5 strikeouts for Fernandez, along with 5 walks in the game. So now it's Nick Cote. Fly out and a ground out, 0 for 2. And gets hit by the pitch. Well, that's the hard way, the painful way to draw an RBI. But Owen Fernandez plunks Nick Cote, and Giles Salinas comes in to make it 6-3, and that's going to be the end of the line for Owen Fernandez. Head coach Justin Gomez is out to the mound. Fernandez exiting. He'll be greeted by his teammates. And the new pitcher coming to the hill here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field to take over, with the bases still loaded. And Nash Nichols coming up to the plate. We'll catch a number here, hopefully. Fist bumps, glove bumps, whatever you want to call them, out on the mound as the infielders depart and gather now in behind the mound, while the pitcher talks to his catcher, Amir Pinheiro, as to, hey, what exactly do you throw, man? It is 24 for the Brooks Bombers. Aiden Sloan coming on. Pretty solid outing for Owen Fernandez, although he is still responsible for the 3 runners on base here in the bottom of the 6th inning. For Cote, that hit bat RBI is his 5th run batted in of the season, making it 6-3. Nash Nichols is 0 for 2, struck out in the 2nd inning, popped out to first in the 5th, coming up here in the 6th inning. Sloan, no personal information about him. And there's 2 entries for him in the statistical information. If this is the second one is indeed him, and I believe it is, he doesn't have a record. A 23.14 earned run average. He's only pitched 2 1/3 innings. Has allowed 3 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Struck out 6 and walked 5. So of his 7 outs that he's recorded, 6 of them are strikeouts. So it's either whiff or something not so good with Aiden Sloan on the mound so far this season for the Saskatoon, for the Brooks Bombers. Owen Fernandez goes 5 2/3 innings, allows 4 hits, still on the hook for the runners on base. 5 strikeouts, 5 walks. He also hit at least 2 batters. And Aiden Sloan on now to face Nash Nichols in the first pitch strike. Again, 6 strikeouts in 2 1/3 innings of work for Sloan so far this year. Right-hander, kicks and delivers. Breaking ball, Pinheiro didn't catch it cleanly and was called inside 1-1. Nichols is tied for the team lead in home runs with 5. There's that breaking pitch that stays up high, 2-1. Brock Laird, the shortstop on deck, needs Nichols to get on base some way, somehow. That's up and in. Ball 3, 3-1. Remember, I also said Sloan has walked 5 in 2 1/3 innings. He's walked more than he's given up hits. So control with that pitch is difficult. 3-1, swing and a miss. And now it's a full count to the Berries right fielder. Big pitch here, 2 away. Runners will be on the move with the bases loaded. 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Nichols strikes out. Aiden Sloan gets the out that he needs to end the inning. The Berries get a run, though, on 3 hits. There were no Brooks errors and 3 runners left on base. After 6 completed is the Brooks Bombers 6 and the Saskatoon Berries 3 as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
So as we head to the top of the 7th inning, third pitcher of the game for the Saskatoon Berries now in. It'll be Carter Kopp, the veteran Saskatoon product, graduate of Bishop James Mahoney High School here in Saskatoon, 5'10", 170-pound right-hander. Mentioned a veteran of this team, veteran of this league. But Kopp has played all 3 years with the Berries in their existence, and also played in 2022 with Fort McMurray and the Giants. Carter is coming off his senior year at St. Xavier University in Illinois. He'll face the bottom third of the Brooks order, and his first pitch to Eric Mora is a strike. Inside 1-1. Quick look at the unofficial line score. Brooks has 6 runs on 8 hits. They've committed 1 error and they've left 8 runners on base. Barry's 3 runs on 4 hits, committed 1 error. They've left 6 runners on base. Top of the 7th inning. Kopp's pitch fouled off. Excuse me, check swing foul off the bat of Eric Mora, who's 0 for 3. Kopp has no record. An 11.57 earned run average as this one hit on the ground. Bobbled at third by Nick Cote. And reaching first is Eric Mora for the first time today on what will be an error to Nick Cote. Second one against the Berries this afternoon. Matthew Getz, who is yet to be retired in 3 plate appearances. Single in the 2nd inning, doubled and scored in the 4th, walked and stole a base in the 5th. Kopp's first pitch low and away, ball 1. Carter's only pitched 2 1/3 innings this year. High, ball 2. Given up 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Struck out 4, walked 2 in those 2 1/3 innings. Being asked to put up another 0 on the scoreboard if possible. That's outside, 3-0. Runner at first with a leadoff error. 3-0 pitch taken for a strike by Matthew Getz, who thought it was low for ball 4 and was made a step towards first base. You can just see the old cane from the sidelines being brought out. Hey, come back here. Fouled back to the screen, full count as Kopp battles back in this count against Matthew Getz. 3-2. Danielle Jenkins chasing down the foul ball behind the home plate area. Full count pitch. Popped up. In play, it looks like, near the Berries dugout. Josh Henson will come over, makes the catch for the first out. So now it'll be Danielle Jenkins, the center fielder, coming up. 2,251 the attendance today on Canada Day here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Mostly cloudy skies, 19 degrees Celsius now. That's 66 Fahrenheit. First pitch to Jenkins, up high, ball 1. He's shortened up on the bat as if to show bunt. Got the third baseman Cote moving in. Took it for a ball. Fouled off and losing his grip on the bat as Jenkins flies back to the screen. A smile on his face. 1-1. North-northwest wind 15 kilometers per hour. That's like 9-10 miles per hour. No real effect, although the flags are fluttering above the right center field scoreboard here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. That wind, north-northwest, would mean it's blowing from left field foul pole to right field foul pole, affecting the ball, if at all. One pitch from Carter Kopp to Danielle Jenkins. On the ground, that'll get through the hole between short and third into left field. And now the 2 runners on base with 1 away. Second hit of the game for Danielle Jenkins, who also has an RBI today with that first hit. Now 2 for 3 officially. Jose Vargas, the right fielder, up to the plate now. First and second with 1 away. 6-3, Brooks with the lead. Vargas 1 for 4. Singled and scored in the 4th inning. Breaking ball downstairs, ball 1. Barries head to Regina tomorrow. Start 5 games on the road in 4 days. Pitch on the outside corner, strike 1, 1-1. Cops 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. Thanks to the 8-game winning streak, the Berries at 18-6 have opened up a 3-game lead on Moose Jaw, top the East Division of the WCBL. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball down low, 3-1. Weyburn third in the division. The other 4 teams besides Saskatoon and Moose Jaw are all below 500. Weyburn 10-13 in third place. Medicine Hat 11-15 in fourth. Downstairs ball 4, and now we've got ourselves bases loaded with 1 away. Here in the top of the 7th inning, and Asahi Nakano coming to the plate as catcher Marion will come out to have a discussion with Carter Kopp. Defending league champion Regina is in 5th place and right now not sitting in a playoff spot, although we haven't hit the midpoint of the season yet. Red Sox are 8-14 and Swift Current in last at 7-14. West Division, Lethbridge has only played 21 games compared to Okotoks 27. So while the Dogs have won 20 games and Lethbridge only 16, the Bulls are said to be in first place in the West at 16-5. A game ahead of Okotoks at 21-7. Here's Kopp's first pitch in for a strike to Asahi Nakano. 1 for 4, a double with 2 RBI. The big hit of the game so far belonging to the Brooks first baseman. 1 strike pitch is down low, 1-1. Sylvan Lake third at 15-8 in the West, and Energy City at 7-12, Fort McMurray 7-17, and Brooks last at 4-18. Looking to snap a 3-game losing streak and get just their 2nd road win of the year as Nakano follows that. Popped weakly into the screen. 1-2 count. Kopp either needs a strikeout or a double play ball, one or the other. First baseman Henson not holding the runner at first at the edge of the grass. Swing and a miss. He gets that strikeout that he needed, as that's the 2nd time Nakano has struck out this afternoon. 2 away. Big, big, big strikeout for Carter Kopp and the Berries. Colton Schmockel now, 2 for 4, I should say. Reached on an error in the 1st inning. Singled and scored in the 3rd, doubled, and drove in 2 runs in the 4th before bouncing back to the pitcher, Brooks Jones, last inning in the 6th. The DH looks at a pitch that breaks outside, ball 1. Inside, 2-0. And outside, 3-0 now. He's behind. He's got nowhere to put Schmockel without giving up a run. Kopp going to try and battle back. Schmockel crowds the plate. 3-0 pitch. It's called, no, it's ball 4 low. A bases loaded walk will give Brooks a run and a 7-3 lead. I thought that was strike 1 for sure, but home plate umpire Matt Shuley says no. So an RBI for Schmockel, his third of the game. He's got 7 now on the season, as the score now becomes 7-3. It's an unearned run because of the error that allowed Eric Mora, who scored, to come in. Now the first pitch is a ball to Amir Pinheiro, the catcher. He has walked twice, and now Dustin Mulliken coming out to chat with Carter Kopp, and he calls catcher Aiden Marion out, and I think Mulliken is wanting to settle Carter down because I think he realizes that Carter thought he had a strike there that was ball 4 and he didn't like the call. So don't worry about it. Flush that from your mind. Let's get this guy, get out of the inning, would be the basic conversation there. Bases loaded for Brooks here in the top of the 7th, 1 run in. Swing and a miss by Pinheiro, 1-1. Kopp in 3 seasons coming into this year in the WCBL, a 3-3 record and a 2.13 earned run average in 33 appearances. This one's hit up the middle. Slow grounder. Laird will toss to Salinas, get the third out, and that's the end of the inning. An unearned run scored, though, for Brooks in the top of the 7th on 1 hit. There was 1 Barry's error and 2 runners left on base. After 6.5, as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning and the 7th inning stretch, it is Brooks 7 and the Saskatoon Berries 3. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Top of the order for the Saskatoon Berries in the bottom of the 7th inning to face Aiden Sloan. Came on in relief last inning of Owen Fernandez and got Nash Nichols to strike out with the bases loaded. Brooks then scored a run in the top of the 7th to get the lead back up to 4 runs at 7-3, which is what it's at now. So Brock Laird will lead it off. Brooks have left 11 runners on base now through their 7 times at the plate. 7 runs on 9 hits. 11 runners left on base. Berries only have 4 hits today. They had scored 90 runs in their last 8 games on this winning streak. They need to find those bats here down the stretch. Aiden Sloan's first pitch off the glove of the catcher outside into the backstop, ball 1. On the inside corner for a strike. Laird walked his first 2 times up. then lined out to the shortstop in the 5th inning. 0 for 1. That's fouled off at the plate. 1-2 now the count. Sloan's 1-2 pitch bounced in front of the plate and then caught Amir Pinheiro as it changed direction, and Pinheiro, not sure where he got hit with that, but feeling it, took a bite out of him. And the home plate umpire immediately calling for someone to come out of the Brooks dugout to attend to the catcher. As it'll be head coach Justin Gomez to come out and check on him. 2-2 the count, and we're going to get a change here as Justin Gomez signals down to the bullpen that he wants somebody to come in for Amir Pinheiro. Pinheiro tried to plead his case that he should stay in. I think he got clipped on the elbow. Stings probably more than anything else. I think Pinheiro has been able to convince head coach Justin Gomez that, yeah, I'm okay. I'll stick with it. That pitch bounced in front of home plate and came up and changed directions. It actually was heading outside and came back inside towards the left arm of Pinheiro. He might have caught him on the elbow. Well, he'll take a couple of warm-ups here from Aiden Sloan to make sure he's okay. This is all under the watchful eye of the home plate umpire, Matt Shuley. Still considered an injury visit, not a mound visit. And so everybody seems to be happy and okay, and we'll continue with a 2-2 count. Laird with the number 2 on the back of his purple jersey, back in the right-hand batter's box. 2-2 pitches inside and a full count now. Josh Henson, the first baseman, on deck. Barry's looking to rally. On the ground to short. Rolls to the shortstop, and the throw across in time to retire him. Good play by Eric Mora for the first out. Henson's 0 for 2, hit by a pitch and scored back in the first inning. Playing first base today after being the third baseman last night. Kyle Salinas is on the on-deck circle now. Sloan's first pitch is a strike.
So now I'm approaching. Okay. How's it going? It's going good. I don't know why you scared me.
Aiden Sloan, breaking ball outside, low, 1-1.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't know what I mean.
Foul back to the screen by Josh Henson, 1-2. As mentioned before, that road trip that the Berries are going on, 5 games in 4 nights for the rest of this week. Their next home game isn't until Monday against the Regina Red Sox. Fouled over top of the screen and well out of play towards the Gordy or the Bob Van Imp softball park to the south of us. Count holds at 1-2. And then after Regina comes in, we get the Okotoks Dogs here next week. Tuesday and Wednesday to face the Berries here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. 2-2 the count now on Josh Henson. Inside pitch fouled off by Henson. Stays alive at 2-2. Okotoks will be the second of the 3 West Division visitors to Saskatoon this year. The other one will be the Lethbridge Bulls on the 14th and 15th. And then after the All-Star game break, the All-Star weekend here at Next Gen Patch, as Jens Henson fouls off another pitch to stay alive at 2-2. The Berries will go play the 3 other West Division teams that won't come here, and that's the Energy City Cactus Rats, the Fort McMurray Giants, and the Sylvan Lake Gulls in the second half of July. 2-2 pitch is bounced in, and now it's a full count. And the 9th pitch of the at-bat upcoming for Aiden Sloan to Josh Henson. On the ground, again fielded by the shortstop, and Mora's throw is in time for the second out. Eric Mora has essentially played vacuum cleaner at shortstop today. Been very effective, handling 5 ground ball and 1 line out chance at him. So 2 outs. Giles Salinas, 2 for 3 today. Scored a run last inning. Sloan's first pitch up high, ball 1. And inside, ball 2.
Jays are up 9-0 at the bottom of 7.
Really?
Yeah.
I just don't understand how it's so up and down.
Yeah, they're.
And now he'll be hit by a pitch. That was even more inside than the last one. Well, Giles Salinas will take first, as that's the 3rd Berries player to be hit by a pitch today. Nathan Houston now singled his last time up last inning. Has also walked today. He's 1 for 2. First pitch swinging, hit high in the air, shallow center field coming on, and getting there in time to make the catch is the center fielder Danielle Jenkins to retire the side. For the Berries in the bottom of the 7th inning, no runs, no hits. There were no Brooks errors and 1 runner left on base. After 7, Brooks Bombers 7, Saskatoon Berries 3, as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Brooks Bombers with a 4-run lead going into the top of the 8th inning here in Saskatoon at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. 7-3, the Bombers lead the Saskatoon Berries. Carter Kopp back out for a second inning of work on the mound. The third pitcher of the day for the Berries. His first pitch high to Zach Bretza. Kopp smiles, thinking that he had a strike there. Not called that way by the home plate umpire. He'll get called there, 1-1 on a changeup. Bretza 0 for 3, walked his last time up. 1-1 pitch, to Hopper to third base. Nick Cote with the ball, on across the diamond in time for the first out. Derry Steyert Couture now coming up, the third baseman for Brooks. 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Breaking ball up high, ball 1. Inside, 2-0. Carter pitched for St. Xavier University, the Cougars, in the Chicagoland College Athletic Conference. This one's a little soft liner that will find its way into right field for a base hit. 10th hit of the afternoon for the Brooks Bombers. The Bomb Squad, as they like to call themselves. They all sport their T-shirts with that slogan on it. They haven't exactly bombed it out there. There are no home runs. But they have had hits at the right times today as they've opened up this 7-3 lead in the top of the 8th inning. Steyert Couture on base, a strike thrown. First pitch to Eric Mora, the shortstop. He reached on an error last inning and scored. 0 for 4. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball that was almost bouncing in front of home plate. Kopp quickly ahead of Mora, 2 strikes. Second baseman Matthew Getz on deck. Outside on a breaking ball, 1-2. Little line drive into left field will get down, fielded on a short hop by Nick Stinson. Mora with a hit. Steyert Couture into second base. Now runners on first and second with 1 away. And we have action down the right field line in the Berries bullpen. And that will be one of the affiliate players for the Berries, wearing number 70. I believe that's Mitchell Rockman. High and away with a breaking pitch to Matthew Getz, ball 1. Swing and a miss by Getz, 1-1. Berries need to get a 0 up on that scoreboard on the 8th inning of the guest side. They've only got 6 outs worth of offense to work with. 1-1 pitch, hit in the air, left field. Stinson going back. He'll stop and make the catch and return the ball to the infield as the runners hold their spots. 2 away. And now the number 9 hitter, Danielle Jenkins, who singled against Kopp last inning and is 2 for 3 today. Also walked and scored a run in the 4th inning. Kopp kicks and delivers. First pitch swinging, popped in the air. Shallow right field. First baseman going back, and Josh Henson makes the catch to end the inning. A couple of singles in the top of the 8th. They're stranded by Carter Kopp. No errors for the Berries. And after 7.5, it's Brooks 7 and Saskatoon 3. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Saskatoon product Aiden Kilshaw will lead it off for the Berries in the bottom of the 8th inning. His 4th plate appearance of the day. First pitch from Aiden Sloan, up and away, ball 1. Kilshaw has struck out twice, walked in the 3rd inning, but was caught trying to steal. Fouls that one towards the Berries' first base dugout. 1-1. Aiden Kilshaw is 17 years old. Won't turn 18 until September 4th. Again, plays for Canada's junior national team. Swing and a foul tip strike. 1-2. Aiden Sloan came on with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Berries threatening. Struck out Nash Nichols with the bases loaded. And the score is 6-3 at the time. Kilshaw looks at a pitch outside, 2-2. Aiden Marion, the catchers. Left fielder Nate Stinson due up this inning. Swing and a miss. Kilshaw goes down on strikes. Second strikeout for Aiden Sloan since coming on. 1 away. And Aiden Marion, who's singled his last time up. 1 for 2. He's also drawn a walk today. And looks at strike 1. We got Aiden pitching to Aiden. Hitter Aiden hits this one in the air to right field. Jose Vargas drifts back a few steps, makes the catch for the second out. Nate Stinson will try his luck against Aiden Sloan. Sloan, since coming on, has only allowed the 1 base runner, and that was of his own doing, hitting Kyle Salinas last inning. Otherwise, he has got 6 outs so far. And with nobody warming up in the bullpen, you have to think it's his game to finish off if he can. Stinson swings and misses at the first pitch, strike 1. Sloan has a couple of strikeouts to go along with those 2 innings pitched so far. Stinson with a line drive into left center field, but coming over and making the catch as that ball held up in the air, and Zach Bretza will make the catch in left center field. A 3-up, 3-down inning for the Berries in the bottom of the 8th. No runs, no hits, no Brooks errors, nobody left on base after 8. It's the Brooks Bombers 7, the Saskatoon Berries 3. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus a WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Fourth pitcher of the afternoon for the Berries now on. That'll be Lucas Kaufman into the ball game. Left-hander. Lucas Kaufman from Regina. Coming off his freshman year at UBC, University of British Columbia. 6 foot, 200-pound lefty is Lucas Kaufman. He'll face the top of the Brooks order in the top of the 9th. Right fielder Jose Vargas, first baseman Asahi Nakano, and DH Colton Schmockel. First pitch down low, ball 1. Kaufman has no record. A 5.40 earned run average. Fouled off towards the Berries' first base dugout. 1-1. 6 2/3 innings pitched. 5 hits allowed, 4 runs all earned. Struck out 4, walked 3. A lefty, Lucas Kaufman. That bears down and in. 2-1 the count on Jose Vargas, who's 1 for 4 with a walk and scored a run. On the outside corner at the knees, 2-2. Vargas going for a little walk outside the left-hand batter's box. Didn't like that call. He thought it was outside or maybe low. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's the 7th strikeout of the day for Berries pitching. So there's something to be happy about for the 2251, so long as they scan that QR code on the Jumbotron in right center field. Side of pancakes from local restaurant establishment. First pitch to Asahi Nakano, upstairs, ball one. And now down and in, ball two. Inside and off the glove of Marion to the screen, 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk to Asahi Nakano gives Brooks a base runner here in the top of the 9th inning. Brings up the designated hitter, Colton Schmockel. He's 2 for 4, walked his last time up. Singled and scored in the 3rd inning, doubled and drove in 2 runs in the 4th. Productive day for the DH. Strike one called. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning for the Berries, it'll be third baseman Nick Cote, right fielder Nash Nichols, and shortstop Brock Laird due up. Kaufman pours in strike 2 to Colton Schmockel. Ahead 0-2. Good lead at first base. And taking off. Hit on the ground. Henson Fields touches the bag for the out, as by starting, Asahi Nakano stays out of a potential double play and reaches second base. 2 out, and catcher Amir Pinheiro will come up. Kaufman's pitch inside to Pinheiro. Pinheiro already banged up a little today from the abuse he's taken behind the plate, including a wild pitch that smacked him on the left arm, left elbow area. Swing and a miss on the 1-0 pitch is 1-1. Lucas Kaufman set to deliver a 1-1 pitch with 2 away, and now he'll bluff towards second base. Wants to keep the runner Nakano close. Outside, 2-1. This is a rare sight so far this season. Actually, the last 2 seasons, the Berries being down at home. Inside, Pinheiro backing up to get out of the way of the ball. 3-1 the count. Berries 12-2 at home coming into this game. 6-4 on the road. 3-1 pitch is up high, ball 4. Second walk served up by Lucas Kaufman in this inning. First and second with 2 away. And Zach Bretza, the left fielder, will come up to bat for a 6th time today. 0 for 4 with a walk. As our game has hit the 3-hour mark. And here comes Joe Carnahan out to talk to Lucas Kaufman. I haven't seen anybody warming up down the right field line. But this is a slow walk and probably just, hey, let's finish it up here. And maybe I can get the home plate umpire to come out, because there may be a little frustration for the head coach with the way this game has gone. And here comes Matt Shuley to break it up, and let's see what kind of response he gets. And a couple of words. Nothing inflammatory, obviously. And the mound meeting is broken up and everybody back to their stations. So 2 men on with 2 outs. And Zach Bretza, the left fielder, at the plate. Kaufman's pitch fouled off, and that nails the umpire in the mask. That'll clear his sciences. Strike 1. Another foul ball, and again takes a bite out of the umpire's mask. 0-2. That time Shuley didn't get quite as affected as he did by the first one. Kaufman up 2 strikes on Zach Bretza. Throws a breaking ball down in the dirt, blocked by Aiden Marion, the catcher. 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Darius Steyert-Couture, the third baseman, is on deck for Brooks, hoping to get one more plate appearance out of the day. Fastball up high, and we have a full count. So Bretza has battled back from 2 foul balls in the first 2 pitches to make the count full. Kaufman has a strikeout and a couple of walks in this inning for himself. And that's called strike 3. Bretza flipped the bat. He thought he had himself a walk, but he gets rung up by Matt Shuley, the home plate umpire. A couple of strikeouts for Lucas Kaufman in the top of the 9th inning. He leaves 2 men on base. There were no base hits for Brooks in that inning, and no Bombers errors. Berries errors, I should say, in the top of the 9th. So we head to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Berries, trailing 7-3 to the Brooks Bombers as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Siemens Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
So last chance for the Saskatoon Berries. Bottom of the 9th inning, trailing 7-3 to the Brooks Bombers. Third baseman Nick Cote, right fielder Nash Nichols, shortstop Brock Laird to face Aiden Sloan, who has been very effective, has retired 7 of 8 hitters since coming on in relief of Owen Fernandez. First pitch swinging, Cote, line drive into left center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Cote now digging for 2. The throw into second base. He'll slide in safely as the left fielder bobbled the ball out there, Zach Bretza. And Cote reaches second on the error in left field. Single and an error to get Cote to second base. That livens up the crowd of 2,251. Cote, first pitch swinging. Now Nash Nichols, 0 for 3, struck out. He was the first man to face Sloan with the bases loaded and 2 out in the bottom of the 6th, and Sloan able to strike him out. Fastball outside, ball 1. There's nobody warming up down the left field line. This is Aiden Sloan's game to finish for Brooks. At the knees for a strike. 1-1. The behind home plate umpires in the stands voicing their displeasure with the strike call. Haven't heard much from them today. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Brock Laird on deck. Josh Henson due up after that if the opportunity arises. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's the 3rd strikeout for Aiden Sloan in this appearance. Laird 0 for 2 with a couple of walks and scored a run. A long time ago, this game 3 hours and 8 minutes in, the Berries opened the scoring with 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. But Brooks answered with 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th. And that kind of took the wind out of the Berries for today. A pitch up high and off the glove and caught by the catcher Pinheiro. But ball 1 to Brock Laird. Berries scored a single in the bottom of the 6th to make it 6-3, but Brooks got it right back in the top of the 7th. Down and in, ball 2 to Laird. Fans trying to rally the Berries here. Get their bats going all of a sudden. They've only had 5 hits today. Inside, 3-0. Let's go Berries chant goes up from some here in the crowd. Called strike, taken all the way by Laird, 3-1. Aiden Sloan, the runner on second and 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. 3-1 pitch is down low, ball 4. Pinheiro smacks the catcher's glove on the ground. He thought he had a strike at the knees there. Instead, it's first and second with 1 away. And we'll have a mound visit. And we also have action down the left field line in the bullpen. So what I said about Aiden Sloan, it's his game to finish. Maybe not so much. We do have action down the left field line. And Alex Hernandez is warming up. A right-handed pitcher. Josh Henson will come up. Giles Salinas is due up after him. As the meeting at the mound is broken up by home plate umpire Matt Shuley. Everybody back to their spots. And Josh Henson, who's 0 for 3, hit by a pitch and scored back in the first inning. Henson has the power to take one out. Sloan's first pitch inside, check swing. They appeal at first. No swings, says Justin Anderson. Ball 1. One 0 pitch inside, 2-0. The kids are leading the cheers, and the fans are clapping along. Sort of. Up high, 3-0. Thank goodness for the innocence of children. Sloan behind 3-0. He'll pour a fastball in that Henson takes all the way, 3-1. On the ground, backing up is the third baseman to second for one. To first, not in time. Cote advances to third. Laird is out at second on the fielder's choice. Henson at first. 2 away, last chance now, period, and Giles Salinas, who's 2 for 3 with a hit by pitch as well. He's scored a run and has an RBI for the Berries. First and third with 2 away. Fans clap, and I think it's just because of the mariachi music that they like. Inside to Salinas, ball 1. He was hit last time at bat by Aiden Sloan with one of those fastballs that rode in on him. Ball 1. A fastball up in the zone, called strike, 1-1. Breaking ball down and away. Ball 2, 2-1. Nathan Houston's on deck. Starting to stretch at the dugout is Gavin Panks. Low, 3-1 the count. Catcher Pinheiro framing what looked to be a pretty good pitch, but home plate umpire Matt Shuley says no, so it's 3-1. And Salinas is good to a walk. And the tying run will come to the plate with the bases loaded. And it's Nathan Houston with 2 away. Nobody coming out of the dugout just yet on the Brooks side. Players not in action, and pitchers on the in the bullpen all standing in the Brooks side, hoping to see the one more out. Sloan's first pitch breaks outside, ball 1. as Gavin Panks comes into the on-deck circle. Houston hits this one in the upper left field. It is bouncing off the fall. 2 runs in to score. Salinas will stop at third. It's 7-5. A 2-run double for Nathan Houston. And the tying run is now at second base. And Gavin Panks will hit for Aiden Kilshaw. And we're going to get a pitching change as well. That's the end for Aiden Sloan. Alex Hernandez will come on to try and get the third and final out and clamp down this victory for the Brooks Bombers. Nathan Houston with a 2-run double, a 1-hopper off the left field fence just inside the foul line. Scored Nick Cote and Josh Henson. 7-5 suddenly. So it's Gavin Panks who will come in. Meanwhile, it's Alex Hernandez, a right-handed pitcher, coming into the ball game for the Brooks Bombers. 6'3" right-hander from California. Got into 3 games for Brooks in 2025. Coming off his sophomore year at Fresno City College. Now let's start to look for some statistical information on Alex Hernandez. What's he done so far this year? Well, he's a late comer to the team, no record. 3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 runs all earned, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. The ERA through 3 innings is at 15. But a 6'3" right-hander, and we watch the warm-ups, 3/4 overhand delivery, different arm angle than what you're used to. But Gavin Panks, a left-handed hitter, will be coming up. And Panks hitting .408 with a home run and 22 runs batted in. Among the league leaders in several offensive categories. Including that .408 average, which has him in 6th place in the WCBL. Giles Salinas at third base. Nathan Houston, the tying run, at second. Bottom of the 9th inning, 2 away. Brooks 7, Saskatoon 5. You'd almost hear a pin drop there as Alex Hernandez's first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. One strike pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now the Berries are down to their last strike. That's Panks. Tries to pull out what he did last night, hitting the 2-run single in the bottom of the 9th inning to tie the game. Fouls it off. Count holds at 2 strikes. Can Lightning strike 2 days in a row? As Aiden Marion will recover the baseball from behind home plate. And Hernandez, the right-hander, from the stretch. The 2-strike pitch. Fouled off again by Panks. He'll hold in there at 2 strikes. One more time, a 2-strike pitch to Gavin Panks. This one's looped down the left field line, but it's into the Brooks bullpen area. Foul. Count holds at 2 strikes. Berries tie this up, go to extra innings. Could approach the amount of time it took to play last night's game. We're at 3 hours and 20 minutes right now. Hernandez, 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the ball game. The Berries made it interesting here in the bottom of the 9th. They got the tying run to second base. They score 2 on 2 hits with no Brooks errors and 2 runners left on base. The Brooks Bombers end the Saskatoon Berries 8-game winning streak with a 7-5 victory here on a Canada Day Wednesday afternoon. We'll be back to wrap things up in a couple of moments' time as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Well, all good things must come to an end at some point in time in sports and in life, it seems. And, of course, for the Saskatoon Berries, that good thing, their 8-game winning streak comes to an end on Canada Day afternoon as they drop a 7-5 decision to the Brooks Bombers. Your final unofficial line score for the Brooks Bombers, 7 runs on 11 hits. They committed 2 errors. They left 15 runners on base. For the Saskatoon Berries, 5 runs on 6 hits. They committed 2 errors. They left 9 runners on base. The winning pitcher, Owen Fernandez, first win of the year for him. 2 losses against him on his personal record. Jackson Fox, the starting pitcher for the Berries, takes the loss. His record now evened up at 1-1. There were 2,251 fans in attendance here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field for a game that took 3 hours and 21 minutes to play. The Berries opened the scoring with 2 in the bottom of the first. Brooks, though, responded, singles in the second and third, and 4 in the fourth inning to go up 6-2. Berries made it 6-3 in the bottom of the sixth, but Brooks tacked on a run in the top of the seventh right away to make it 7-3. Berries made it interesting in the bottom of the ninth. A 2-run double by Nathan Houston with the bases loaded made it 7-5. But Gavin Panks pinch hitting struck out to end the ball game against the third pitcher of the day for the Brooks Bombers, Alex Hernandez, who came on to face him and get the save. So 7-5, Brooks over Saskatoon today. The Bombers end their 3-game losing streak. 5-18 for the year. They're still 6th and last in the West Division, but now 2-10 on the road. And they finished the season series with the Berries even at a win apiece. Berries have their 8-game winning streak come to an end, as mentioned. Their record 18-7. They still lead the East Division. Are now 12-3 at home here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Reminder, the Berries play their next 5 games over the next 4 days on the road, starting tomorrow in Regina. The Red Sox will be the next visitor to Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. That will happen on next Monday, the 6th of July. The Berries will play host to the Regina Red Sox. That will start at 7 o'clock here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. So until then, as we watch the kids running the bases here, on behalf of all the folks at Flow Sports and FloCollege, all the gang here affiliated with the Saskatoon Entertainment Group, I'm Les Lazarick. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Canada Day and your Wednesday, and we'll talk to you on Monday when Regina is here to visit, as you're watching Saskatoon Berries baseball on FloCollege.